She looked me dead in the eye and said, "Your driveway is just sitting there, you're being selfish." My driveway, that I pay a mortgage on, that she filled with her guests' cars without asking me once. So it's a Saturday afternoon and I'm pulling back from the grocery store. Nothing dramatic, just me, 2 bags of groceries, and the plan to do absolutely nothing for the rest of the day. I turn onto my street and I genuinely think I've got the wrong block. There are cars everywhere. Bumper to bumper down both sides, music coming from somewhere, little kids running across lawns. And my driveway, the one attached to my house, the one I shovel in winter, the one with my name on the deed, has 3 cars parked in it. 3. I park on the street 2 houses down because there's literally no other option, walk up with my groceries, and that's when my neighbor Diane comes speed walking over from next door with this big hostess smile like she's about to offer me a cheese plate. She was throwing a birthday party for her daughter. She had not told me. She had not asked me. She had just decided. I kept it totally civil. I said, "Hey Diane, I need my driveway back. I need to be able to get in and out of my own house." Friendly, reasonable, the kind of thing a normal person hears and immediately goes, "Oh gosh, of course, I'm so sorry." Diane did not do that. She tilted her head like I'd said something confusing and goes, "It'll only be a few hours. We're almost done setting up." Almost done setting up, meaning the party hadn't even started yet. I said, "I'm not asking them to leave permanently. I just need access to my own driveway today." Still calm, still giving her every chance to be a reasonable human. And she goes, "And I need you to really hear this. Can't you just use the street? There's probably room a few blocks over." A few blocks over for my own house. I told her no, that's not how this works, and I'd need her guests to move their cars within the next 15 minutes. Gave her a window, gave her a timeline, that's more than fair. She crossed her arms and said, "I already told everyone they could park here. I can't go back on that now, it would be embarrassing." Embarrassing for her, because she promised strangers they could use my property without asking me, and somehow the embarrassment is her problem to avoid, not mine to fix. I said, "Diane, I don't know what to tell you, these aren't my guests, this isn't your driveway, and I need it back." And that's when she dropped it. The line. The one I genuinely could not believe came out of a grown adult's mouth in broad daylight. "You live alone, you don't even use it half the time, you're being selfish." And something in me just stopped being polite. I said, "Okay, I'm going to call a tow truck." Diane's face went through about 6 emotions in 2 seconds. She landed on furious. "You would seriously do that at a child's birthday party? What is wrong with you?" I said, "I've asked you 3 times. You've had every chance. These are families. There are kids here. You're going to traumatize them because you want to throw a fit about a parking spot." By this point, people from the party are drifting over. A few of her guests, some of the parents, everyone's watching. And she is leaning into it, performing for the crowd, voice getting louder. She's trying to tow cars at a little girl's birthday party. Can you believe this? And here's where I maybe went a step further than strictly necessary. I looked right at the people gathered around and I said, loud and clear, "She used my driveway without asking me. I have asked her 3 times to have the cars moved. She called me selfish for wanting access to my own property. So yes, I'm calling a tow truck, and if any of these are your cars, now is a great time to move them." Diane went completely rigid. She looked at me like I had just flipped a table at a dinner party, which, honestly, maybe I had, but I picked up my phone and I dialed. 3 cars moved within about 4 minutes. Owners walking over fast, not making eye contact, just quietly backing out and finding somewhere else to go. One guy actually apologized to me directly, said he had no idea it wasn't Diane's driveway. The third car, the last one, right in front of my garage door, that owner didn't come out, so I stayed on the phone, and the tow truck showed up. The driver hooks up the car and Diane is standing there watching it happen, arms at her sides, party music still going in the background, a bunch of her guests staring. She didn't say another word to me, not one. She just stood there while a stranger winched the car up in front of her whole party, and every single person there saw it. The car's owner, one of the dads, came running out right as it was lifting and had to pay the hook fee to get it released on the spot. He was not happy. He looked at Diane. Diane looked at the ground. I got in my car, pulled into my driveway, brought in my groceries. Diane has not spoken to me since, which, honestly, feels like a reward. But here's what I keep coming back to, announcing it to her whole crowd like that. making sure everyone heard exactly what she'd done. Was that necessary? Or did I make her look bad in front of her guests on purpose at her kid's birthday party because I was angry? Honestly, though, what would you have done? Comment below.